Hello again from Central Virginia. Today's a beautiful day. It is the end of February, February 26th to be exact, and I'm going to be planting some seeds outdoors in my kitchen garden and also transplanting some lettuce and parsley into my kitchen garden. So let's go ahead and get started with that. What I'm planting today is arugula. I'm going to plant some Shanghai baby bok choy, which I just love, and two kinds of peas. I'm going to plant some mammoth melting snow peas and also some Amish snap bean peas as well. These are sugar snaps. You can eat the pods and all. So I'm going to be planting these in my trellis out here and in some of my beds in the kitchen garden. I'll also just show you around a little bit about what is happening in the kitchen garden. You took a look a little while ago, but let's go ahead and get started. This is the pea trellis. I actually have several pea trellises back in my kitchen garden. I call it my snack cupboard when it's time to, when they finally come up. This bed has a few other things in it. It's got some kale that wintered over and is here, and there are a few strawberries, but I'm just gonna go ahead and plant these snow peas right in here. First thing I'm gonna do is just pull back the mulch and loosen up the soil a little bit. So loosen up the soil. This bit of a trellis is kind of a mess to deal with. I think I'll just work around in here. In the fall, I prepped this bed with compost and topped it off with a nice mulch of hay, just to keep the ground covered during the winter. I'm going to pull out any little weeds I happen to find along the way. There are always some that creep in. But one thing about no dig is you don't have to worry too much about weeds. Oftentimes, I will pre-sprout the peas, but I'm not going to do it today because we're going to have a couple of rainy days, rain coming in the next couple of days, and I think they'll get plenty of moisture to help them sprout. And also, the ground is much warmer than it usually is this time of year. So I'm going to go ahead and plant these little guys. These are the snow peas, mammoth melting snow peas. All right. I'm going to plant these about an inch deep, about that far. I'm going to put them about 2 inches apart. Actually, I'm going to put them on the row first, just down the row. I'm going to overplant because I want to make sure I get a decent germination on these. About every inch to 2. All right, so once you've got them in, pop them down in, cover them up, tap them down. This trellis is a pain to work around. Pop them in, cover them up. Pop it in, tamp it down. That's really all there is to planting peas. The peas and the strawberries should get along just fine. Strawberries grow down low. The peas are going to grow up high. There might be some shading, but as I said, these strawberries right here are just sort of volunteers. This kale will grow this year, but it won't grow long. This is in its second year, so it will flower soon. The Amish snap peas. Want good soil contact when you're planting seeds. So put it in and tamp it down. Hopefully we'll get loads and loads of peas. I love them. The other thing I'm going to do is plant, I'm going to transplant one of these cells of parsley there. Parsley is going to attract some beneficial insects, plus it'll be right outside my kitchen door for easy access and when I cook. And I'm just going to put it right on the edge here. Dig a hole, pop it in, firm it down. Next, I'm planting some Shanghai baby bok choy. These are super, super tiny seeds. They're brassicas, so they look like collards or broccoli seeds, anything like that. So I have prepped the soil by just loosening it slightly. And you're supposed to plant the finished plants about 6 inches apart, but I'm going to overseed this area. I'm just going to make a little trough here. And I'm just going to sprinkle in a line just down the row. This is a really nice arugula plant that has overwintered. So the problem I have growing bok choy is that it oftentimes will bolt if it gets too warm. This variety I've had a little bit more luck with, and hopefully we'll get some germination. It's been pretty warm. The ground is definitely no longer frozen. It didn't really even freeze over all winter. Been kind of weird. So hopefully these will germinate. And I'm just going to press them down and cover them over. All right, I've got a marker somewhere. It says bok choy. Hey, while I'm out here, I'll show you the leeks and onions that I winter sowed. They're doing really well. They're plenty moist because they get the rain. And probably in another few weeks, I'll just transplant them. Right here is some borage that wintered over. And it kind of got hit hard by a very deep cold that we had. It didn't last long, but it was cold. And in here, we have some garlics that are coming back, probably from cloves I did not get a few years ago. Once you've got everything planted, just give everything a watering in. It is supposed to rain some over the next couple days. That'll help this get going. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this today. Right. In this bed, I'm going to transplant some things. And I also think I've got some alyssum sweet alyssum that is coming up. I did have some grass seeds that got in here, and they're going to need a little bit of attention. So let's go ahead and just do a little loosening up here, pulling out any weeds you find along the way. There we go. This is already very loose. It's been well mulched all throughout the winter time. And here is the Crawford Bibb lettuce. So I'm going to pop the cells. Ooh, I should have separated these earlier. But I can break them apart now. All right. And there we go. Also going to take some parsley and pop it in on the edge here. Parsley is definitely ready to be planted. Okay, there we go. Now up this row, I'm going to continue to put some more lettuce. Pull these apart gently. Lettuce is actually a lot tougher than you'd think. You'd think it would be kind of delicate, but it really is pretty tough. And a little lettuce here. All right, very nice. I'll be pulling the mulch up back around much of this. There. Now, 2 nice rows of lettuce. Let's plant some arugula. Arugula seeds are so tiny. All right, I'm just gonna sprinkle a few in each planting place. Up the row. A little arugula goes a long way. Just cover over, tamp down really well. Good soil to seed contact. So thanks for coming along with me while I got my garden going today and planting my peas and arugula and all those good things. And I'll give you regular updates. If you like gardening and you like cooking, especially cooking things that you grow in the garden, this might be a channel for you. So please consider sharing and liking and subscribing. Till next time, I hope you're well. Bye-bye.